Y'all, I've been working for almost half of my life. I started working when I was 16 years of age, and I'm 30. I'm 30 now. So I just been sitting back thinking like, man, why am I not rich yet? Or if not rich, why am I not at the level of success that I wish to be at, and that I wanted to, that I aspired to be at when I was young? Because I always wanted to be rich. Like growing up, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna be rich, I'm gonna be famous, I'm gonna be big, I'm gonna be, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be affluential, you know? It's not that I was lazy or that like I didn't want to work or anything. Definitely not afraid of no work. So it's like, okay, what's missing? And so also, y'all gonna have to forgive me for this video because the wind is blowing pretty heavy and I got my wind chimes, they blowing around because it's actually about to rain out here. So, but I had to film this video because I gotta make sure I push out this content for y'all. So without further ado, I'm gonna jump straight into it. At least 5 things that I noticed and at least 5 reasons why I'm not rich yet at my grown age. So like, first things first, right? Success. What is success? Pretty much my view on success is really where it all starts at and where it starts for most of us, because success is personal. What success looks like to you may not be what success looks like to the next person. So, you might be looking at other people that are successful and you be like, dang, they got a house, they got a car, they got a mansion, they got a pool in the backyard. They pulling at least $1 million like quarterly, you know what I'm saying? Like even annually, they pulling in $500,000 a year. Like, okay, that's them. But what is your idea of success? You feel what I'm saying? Like for a while, I just knew I wanted to be successful. Like I just wanted to have a lot of money, for real. But it's like I never really set intentions on, okay, what does successful Jordan look like? What does successful Jordan do every day? What are some of the habits that successful Jordan has? You feel me? And so if you looking over everybody else's plate and trying to, worrying about what they got, what they eat don't make you feel what I'm saying? What they eat shouldn't affect you. At the end of the day, you should be worrying about you, what fits your lifestyle, what makes you happy. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I figured it out. It took me a while, but for real, like I just want to retire my mom. My mom been taking care of me, my sister, and look, my mom put us first before anything, and she's still out here working. She's been working since she was 12 years old, and I just want to put my mom up, That's one thing. Another thing is I definitely want to have a big house. I want to have a house with a pool in it. I want to have a house with at least 5 bedrooms so I can have my studio, my music room, my entertainment room for guests, 2 bedrooms at least. You feel what I'm saying? Oh, and an office if I ain't say that already. But yeah, I'm starting to see what it is that I actually want and what success looks like for me. Even being healthy and being fit, I'm talking about being fit until my late ages. You know what I'm saying? 60 years old, still fit. I get that from my grandma. My grandma was always active. And at her old age, she would always make sure that she got up and walked and jogged and exercised and, little things like that. So it's just really about figuring out what success looks like to you. Well, to me, because this is my story. I'm speaking from my experience and from my perspective. Another thing that kind of held me back or, kind of prevented me from being where I want to be at, aka rich, right, is I ain't really have no financial guidance. So like, my parents, they worked hard. My grandparents, they worked hard. I worked hard, but nobody ever showed me how money actually works. You feel what I'm saying? Like, nobody ever like sat me down and was like, okay, Jordan, when you get paid, I know there's things that you want to do, but there are certain disciplines that you got to have and a certain structure that you got to have with your money if you want to, for one, make your money work for you, and for 2, make sure you always have some, like emergency funds and budgeting your money. Like, of course I knew you should save your money, but it's like, okay, then what? You know, what I'm supposed to do with it after it's already saved up? I'm thinking, okay, I done saved up enough money to do X, Y, Z. So now that I got that, amount of money, once I hit that level or hit that cap or that goal, I'm like, okay, I got enough money to do this, and then I'll spend it on whatever it is, and then I just keep restarting over the cycle. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I never had someone to teach me like financial literacy, and like I said, at my grown age, I never even sought out no like financial literacy courses or classes, or I never really did the research or put in the work to actually put my foot in that door, or get into that type of space of, okay, ain't nobody trying to be living in poverty. Like, how do you get out of it? How do you get out of the struggle? How do you use your money wisely? I thought I knew what I was doing. Like I said, I'm good at saving money, but by the time I get to a certain point I'm like, all right, I got enough money saved up to do this. And so I always just like spend it or whatever. And then on top of that, I'm thinking, okay, I came to build this mindset of, I work with the money that I make, I pay the bills, pay rent, pay expenses, and then whatever money I got left over, I'm going to do what I want to do with it. You know what I'm saying? 9 times out of 10, I was smoking weed, smoking it up, going out to party, going out to the club, and just, spending it on like frivolous entertainment for real. But I ain't never have like a plan. I ain't start doing my 50, 30, 20 plan until like recently, for real. And just like really understanding, okay, maybe I should get with a bank. Okay, maybe I should, maybe I should start looking deeper into this whole financial literacy thing if I want to break these financial curses, these generational curses, like. But see, it's this book, right? It's this book by Dave Ramsey. It's called The Total Money Makeover. And I'm gonna leave like a picture right here. I actually sell this product on my affiliate website. I'm gonna link the description down below. But I'm actually about to purchase this. It comes with a workbook as well. It's a textbook. Yeah, a textbook and a workbook. So like in the book, he pretty much teaches you like a step-by-step guide or a step-by-step plan to actually get yourself out of debt and create an emergency fund and start investing your money into things that matter, like retirement funds, Roth IRAs, just pretty much giving you like a clear vision on how to start somewhere with building wealth. So, I'm gonna definitely be purchasing that if y'all interested in that as well. If y'all interested in checking out the book as well, like I said, I'm gonna leave the link to anything that I discuss in this video, any type of products. It's gonna be linked down below to my affiliate website. But moving on, right? Another thing, y'all, is relationships. The relationships that I had, the people that I spent time around, my environment, my friendships, and just the overall relationships that I had in my life. Like, I'm telling you guys, y'all probably heard this before, but the wrong relationship can set you back so far in life, but the right relationship can actually help propel you forward and actually be a great benefit to your overall well-being and your overall status and your overall, like where you end up for real and how long it actually takes you to get there. You feel me? In one of my previous videos, I talk about how life changes through people, and whether you believe it or not, the people that you surround yourself in, they either bring you down or they pull you up. They never gonna keep you in the same position. You feel what I'm saying? And if they do, then what the heck is the point of that, right? I feel like every relationship that you have should be of a positive benefit to you. Because if you hanging around people that's a negative influence, I mean, come on now. Common sense. You need to eliminate those type of people out of your lives. But, for a long time, I actually surrounded myself by people that only took from me and didn't really pour into me or add into, add any like actual value in my life. Don't get me wrong, I learned lessons from people, but they was like tough lessons and lessons that I ain't gonna say I didn't want to learn, but they was like hard lessons, like lessons that made me build trust issues for real. And like don't just put everybody, don't put your expectations so high when it comes to people, and watch your back for real, and just know how to look out for red flags. My bad, y'all. It's a plane somewhere up in this joint. But yeah, learn how to look out for red flags and stop putting people before yourself and like those type of lessons, but not no actual like lessons that I can take with me on my journey to success for real. It's only lessons that contribute to like my setback and like I said, lessons that I had to learn the hard way. Now, don't get me wrong though. I've done had plenty of people in my life, in my circle, that actually help contribute to where I am today. Like, it's some family members that really held me down. Like, some family members that I owe a lot to. I ain't gonna lie, I feel like I owe them a lot. But I didn't spend enough time around them. I spent more time around toxic people, friends that I'm no longer friends with, and relationships that I'm no longer in. But my family, they're still around. There's the ones that are, the ones that are still around, man, they did nothing but pour into me and, want the best for me. And now that I look back on it, it's like, dang, I should have spent way more time around my family and the people that actually care about me versus, like I said, spending time with a bunch of people that's no longer in my life and they ain't do nothing but hold me back. Years done went by and look at me now, Like, what did I really get out of that besides trust issues and betrayal? And man, the rabbit hole can go on and on and on. Bad habits, like I stopped smoking cigarettes because of some of the friends that I hung around. I don't smoke them now, but I would have never smoked a cigarette if it wasn't for some of the daggone friends that I had in my circle. But anyways, moving on, right? I think this is probably like the fourth one, but that's thinking small. It's the fact that I wasn't thinking big. Like, I had intentions on being big and doing big things, but I never set like no intentions to actually like reach for real. And like I said, for a long time my life just consists of paying bills, paying rent, just do enough to get through the week, but never nothing beyond that, nothing past that, because I was so jaded for real, and I had too much of a tunnel vision. I was just focusing on surviving and keeping a roof over my head, that I wasn't like, okay, outside of that, how can I start to build wealth? You know what I'm saying? And like actually setting goals for real. And I ain't gonna lie, y'all, where I'm at right now in my life, I've been on a pretty consistent programming, on a pretty consistent, like, building some pretty consistent habits. And one of those habits is having a planner, right? Having a planner that actually keeps me organized and keeps me structured throughout my day. And this really helps because actually, like, setting my goals before I go to sleep, and when I get up, I know what the mission is, because like, I'm not in school no more. We grown. We got to be accountable for our own selves and our own futures. And where we're at right now is strictly all on us. You feel what I'm saying? And where you want to be headed, where you want to be going, that's strictly on you too. So you got to kind of take charge of your life, and having that structure, having a journal is something that has been helping me so much. And this book right here by Zig Ziglar called Goals, y'all, this book is good. Like, I like reading these type of like self-help books, these life advice books. They come such handy because for real, it just reinforced the stuff that I already know. And it's like me talking to me. It's like saying, bro, why you not doing the things you know you need to do? But like some of the things in this book, it's just like reasons why people don't set goals, right? 9 steps to setting goals, and a day-by-day formula to achieve your goals, and how to achieve your desired life, and how to get the best job, like the best job ever that's fit for you. You know what I'm saying? It got some real good gems in this book. This book and a daily planner are also linked and are also included in my affiliate website. So yeah, if y'all want help getting like more organized and more goal oriented, those 2 products are like chef's kiss. You feel me? But yeah, I've been doing better. I've been being more productive, and it's never too late to start. I talk about where I'm at now, at 30 years of age. It's a good time to restart your life, y'all. Life don't start until you're 30. Life starts at 30. You feel what I'm saying? When you a teenager, you just existing. You just living life. You just making mistakes sometimes, and you got your parents to clean up after you. You got not too much responsibility for real. But then once you hit them 20s, it's like, okay, what you gonna do? Like really kind of like find your identity. I feel like 20s is about finding your identity for real. And once you hit 30, it's like, okay, it's time to apply everything you done learned for the past, 20 something years. What you gonna do? How you gonna act? So it's like, yeah, it's like you gotta show up and show out now. It's time to be who you need to be, so you can set yourself up for the future. So yeah, y'all, I'll probably get a shirt made that say that life don't start till 30. You feel what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm in a better space right now, and I feel like I'm doing everything that I need to do to start actually building that wealth that I want to see, and actually start to reach the level of success that I want to be at. I'm actually quite proud of myself, despite all of these downfalls that I done had, and all of these things that I say set me back. But these are nothing but learning lessons for real, y'all. So I think this is the last one, but it's about the weed, y'all. The weed definitely played a part in setting me back and making me lazy and making me just accept the reality that I was living in, instead of like changing the reality that I was living in. You feel me? So like when I stopped smoking weed, and every time I do stop smoking weed, this is my 3rd time quitting. Oh man, it's getting windy. But yeah, y'all, this is my 3rd time. This is my 3rd time quitting. And what I noticed is, whenever I stop, I've replaced that habit with better habits. Like, I be so much more productive. And this is different for everybody. I'm not saying that, like, I'm not trying to encourage anybody to stop smoking weed. I just be trying to share how it affected me, and how it have a positive impact on my life and things like moving forward. So yeah, I just be staying productive, because every time I used to smoke, I just used to be like, okay, if I'm gonna smoke, I'm just trying to be high. Like, I'm just trying to chill, you feel what I'm saying? Kick back, watch TV, or do something entertaining, just to pass the time by, or to, like I said, just bullshit for real. Like, I'm chilling. I ain't trying to really do too much, because weed be making me tired. It actually make me sleepy and want to sit down and take a nap. So, instead of smoking weed, it's like, okay, what you gonna do if you're not getting high? Like, you just gonna stand there and not do shit? Like, you gotta do something to keep yourself productive, right? And it just forces me into these periods of productivity, and actually make me have to be creative on my own, without saying, okay, I'm gonna hit design, hopefully an idea pop up, or hopefully, it's just, no, sit with yourself and really see what you're capable of on your own, like raw dogging it, like just straight you and reality. Like, okay, you say you want to do this, and you want to be that, you want to be this content creator, you want to be a musician, or you want to be an entertainer, or okay, what do you need to do to get to that goal? Not not sitting back and smoking the J actually helps me like lock in, you know. It helps me stay tapped in and stay locked in, you feel what I'm saying? So if you're watching this and you're somebody who has thought about if you're watching this and you're somebody who's thought about quitting weed, and maybe you have quit weed but you still like get the urge and you kind of like fighting through this sobriety journey, I actually have some products for sobriety resets on my website as well. Like this right here, these mullein capsules, they help with actually cleaning your lungs out from all them years of smoking, right? And that not only does it have mullein in it, I don't know if y'all have done y'all research on mullein, but if you haven't, please do your research. But it has mullein, it has echinacea, it has oregano, and it has a ton of other supplements and herbs in there that help support lung recovery. And this one right here, this product is something that I think is a very, very cool tool, because some people, like when I talk to some people that smoke, they be like, man, I ain't gonna lie, like maybe the weed might be like low grade or something like that, or you know, it might not be the strongest of weed, and they just be like, you know, it don't make me no difference, I just be needing to smoke something, you know, I just be needing to do the act of smoking. And this right here actually helps with that. You can, you know, it'll help you cope with that urge to just want to smoke something without the chemicals, without the combustion in your lungs, because for real, smoking anything is unhealthy for you. Even if you're not putting no tobacco in it, or even if you got a herbal blend. You know, some people promote herbal blends, because you can smoke the mullein too. You can, but smoking alone, it does damage to your lungs, believe it or not. You know, it's the reality of it. I bet if you put a little x-ray on your lungs, or you know, do a 3D look into your lungs, I'm sure they're damaged, they're black, they're not looking good, especially if you smoke weed for years. But anyways, yeah, I think this tool is very cool, because you can even add little flavors to it. You know, you can add a spearmint flavor, you can add strawberry flavors. They got all types of stuff all types of flavors that you can add into it, so it won't just be like dry air. But think about it, when you think that you need to smoke, you just want to, it's meditation. It's the inhale and the exhale. That's really, and it make you feel so relaxed, you know, right? So for real, this like a little mini meditation tool, for real. And I think it's real cool. It's definitely something worth investing in. But yeah, you guys, you know, if my 16-year-old self could see me now, I don't think they would be disappointed that I'm not rich yet, you know, at the age of 30. I think she would actually be proud that I haven't gave up. I haven't gave up on the mission, and, you know, haven't gave up on the goal and the mission to actually be successful, because I try each and every day to become better. So, you know, if you're somebody that's in your 30s or even in your late 20s and you thinking like, dang, you know, life is just passing me by and I'm just not where I want to be financially yet, it's okay. Don't stress about it, because most successful people don't reach their peak until their 40s and in their 50s. So you literally got like a whole nother 10 years to go. You still got a whole nother decade to keep trying and to keep putting your mind to it, and to keep to actually set some intentional goals, and, you know, start planning out your life. Even if you got to do it now, even if you got to start late, it's okay. It's the fact that you have the mindset to want better for yourself. I think that's success alone, you know, wanting to get a better education, wanting to have new experiences, even if that's just traveling the world. Like, I haven't really left the DMV good, like, since I was a kid, you know, and that don't count. In my adult life, I haven't left my hometown only but one time. I only left my hometown one time. I still don't have a passport, the whole nine. So it's like, I'm finna rewrite this, you know. I'm not liking the story that, You know, I'm not really digging these pages in the past. I'm trying to actually create a wonderful story that can unfold, and I can look back and think like, dang, you know, you really documented your way all the way to the top, you feel me? And you showed people that you can be ordinary, you could be an ordinary person, but if you don't have ordinary dreams and you don't have an ordinary mindset, you need to actually appreciate that and give yourself more credit and believe in yourself a little bit more, because you got to be your number one supporter. You got to be the one that do for yourself. You can't sit around and wait for life to just happen. You got to do it. Just do it. And it's not going to be easy. And that's where a lot of people fall short at as well, because once they start seeing how much hard work it takes to actually, you know what I'm saying, get close to the top, they be like, dang, I don't think I'm built for this. But you are. You are, because you made it to the end of this video. And with that being said, I appreciate you so much for staying tapped in with me, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.